You know, for years, we've all been hearing about the promise of AI in advertising, right? It always felt like something just over the horizon. Well, guess what? That future is officially here. We're about to dive into a huge shift, a total redefinition of how video ads get made. We're talking about going from these massive, complex productions to creating something amazing instantly.
So let's get right to it. It really all boils down to this one huge question. If you're a marketer or brand owner, you've seen all the flashy AI demos out there, I'm sure. But there's that little voice of doubt, right? Can you really trust an AI to get your product right? To actually sell it? That's been the big hurdle. And you know what? It's a totally fair question to ask.
And honestly, for a really good reason. Up until right now, the answer has been a flat-out no. I mean, with all the problems with accuracy, getting the branding wrong, and just a total lack of consistency, the tech just wasn't ready for prime time. It wasn't reliable enough for a real ad campaign.
Okay, so let's dig into that. What was the big fatal flaw? You know, the Achilles heel of AI in advertising. Why do these super powerful tools always seem to fall flat right at the end? Well, it turns out it wasn't about a lack of horsepower. It was one single critical issue that made them pretty much useless for any real-world campaign. All right, this slide really gets to the heart of the problem. On one side, you've got what we call AI hallucination. This is where you give the AI your product, and it spits back something that's, well, it's kind of right, but the text is gibberish, the shape of the product is all wonky, or your brand's specific shade of red comes out looking pink. But then you have brand reality. And in the world of advertising, close enough just doesn't cut it, right? Your logo has to be perfect. The product needs to be 100% accurate. I mean, think about it. If you're selling a red can and the ad shows a blue one, that ad is dead on arrival. It's completely useless.
Okay, and this is the game changer. This is where the entire story flips. We're not talking about a small step forward, like a few more pixels or slightly faster rendering times. No, we're talking about solving the one single fundamental problem that has been holding AI advertising back this whole time. And the solution? It's basically a 1-2 punch that knocks out those flaws completely. We are talking about perfect product consistency and zero text hallucination. So you can generate a video where your product looks exactly like it does on the shelf, and every single word on the label is crystal clear. This is what finally, for the very first time, makes AI a real viable tool for pro-level advertising.
So there's a name for this superpower. It's called product consistency. And it's pretty much what it sounds like. The AI can recreate your product with 100% accuracy. Every detail. This isn't just some tech jargon, okay? This is everything. It's the bedrock for building trust. When your customers see your product in an ad, it has to be the real product. That's what they expect to see in the store.
All right, so how does this actually work in the real world? How do you go from a simple picture to a full-blown ad? Well, it's actually way more straightforward than you might think. Let's walk through it. Really, it just comes down to 3 simple steps. Step 1, you upload a few photos of your product, from different angles. Step 2, you write a creative prompt, which is basically just telling the AI what you want the ad to look and feel like. And step 3, you hit generate. And that's it. Seriously, no cameras, no film crew, no expensive studio rentals, no green screens, nothing.
And the kind of creative control you have with these prompts is just wild. Take this example for an energy drink, let's call it Vault. Look at this prompt. You're not just saying, show me the can. You're literally directing a movie. You're setting the mood with dramatic studio lighting and volumetric fog. You're adding special effects with particle effects. You're even controlling the camera moves. It's amazing.
And check out what you get. The can is a perfect 1-to-1 copy. The Vault logo, super crisp. The lightning bolts on the side are exactly right. You can read every single word. Even the way the can moves, the physics feel totally real and believable. This isn't a demo, this is a commercial you could put on TV tomorrow.
So that Vault's ad was just one flavor, right? The real magic here is the sheer variety of styles you can play with. It's like you're the director of a virtual shoot, and you've got an infinite budget and all the sets in the world at your fingertips.
Want something moody and dramatic? You could go for a cinematic noir look. We're talking that cool, high-contrast black and white, maybe with a splash of neon. Super stylish.
Or maybe you need something more elegant. Go for a high-end luxury style. This gives you that clean, sophisticated vibe you see in ads for fancy watches or perfumes. Super premium.
Need some adrenaline? There's an automotive action style built for those fast, high-energy car commercials with all the slick camera work and motion blur.
And the list just keeps going. There are styles for that amazing slow-motion food porn look.
Styles that can place your product in an iconic spot anywhere in the world. Pretty much anything you can imagine. The whole point is, you can find a style that perfectly fits your brand.
But what if you don't want to use a template? What if you have a very specific vision? Well, that's where the advanced director mode comes in. This is basically your blank canvas. You get to build a totally unique visual style from scratch to make sure it's a perfect match for your brand. And this is a key point. It's not about replacing creatives, it's about giving them an incredibly powerful new tool.
So, when you put all this together, what does it actually mean for advertising? Well, when you just get rid of all the old obstacles to making great video, you're not just changing a few rules, you're rewriting the entire playbook.
This really is the new reality for brands. First off, you can launch campaigns so much faster, like moving at the speed of social media, not a 6-month production schedule. Your production costs, they plummet, which means you have more money for the stuff that actually gets eyes on your ad. You can also test a dozen different creative ideas in an afternoon, not a month, so you know what works before you spend big. And what does it all add up to? The power to create truly scroll-stopping, professional-grade ads whenever you want.
Think about it. This technology has basically erased one of the biggest hurdles in the history of advertising, the insane cost and complexity of making a high-quality video. So when production isn't the limit anymore, what's left? What's the one thing that will make a brand stand out? It's just creativity, the idea itself. That is the new battleground.